Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, folks, welcome back. We're looking at factorizing using common factors. My student Amina today. Now we've got these 6 questions on the board here. Okay, you see them clearly? Right. So we've done a little intro in the beginning of this lesson, which was the one with the factors already written out for you. Now we're going to have to pull the factors out. Now, when we're doing factorizing using common factors, we have to understand that numbers are made up of factors. They're made up of numbers at time to give you that number. So without any further delay, let's have a look here. So the number, so this here, 2x. 2x is made up of what? 2x is made up of 2. Okay, I did ask for a request in orange. Okay, let's undo that there. So 2x is actually made up of 2 times x. We can actually split it up right there. We don't need to rewrite it. Okay, so we can also rewrite it as well if you want to. 2 times by x. So we have now split up the product 2x into its individual factors. 2x is made up of 2 and then x. Now, let's put the plus back in. I made the plus slightly bigger. Now, what is the 8 made up of? Now, I'm going to do over here. Watch. The 8 is made up of either an 8 times by a 1, or it's made up by a 4 times by 2. Oops, it hasn't come out too well. There you go. So the number 8 can be split up into 8 times by 1 or 4 times by 2. So the other factor pairs of 8. And also it can be made up of minus 1 times by minus 8. But we're not worried about that at the moment. We're just looking at its positive, the factors. Now, so if I were to rewrite 8 as 1 times by 8, would that help our question? The answer is no. Because we have here currently a nice, lovely, juicy factor of 2. So if I look over here, this, not this row, that one there, I have the similar factor of 2. So when I'm going to split 8 up, I'm going to choose not 8 times by 1, but I'm going to choose 4 times by 2. Why am I choosing 4 times by 2? Because I'm looking, I got my eye on the 2. Because I already have a 2 over here. So let's write down now. So I'm going to rewrite it as, you can write it 4 times by 2, 2 times by 4, same thing. So it's 2 times by 4. Now I'm going to use like a light blue. So 8 is really 2 times by 4. Are we happy with that? Okay, now we have purposely chosen the factors 2 and 4 and not 1 and 8 because 2 and 4 contains a 2. And I already got a 2 and I want to pair them up. So that's my intention behind that. So now let's circle the 2. Now, do you see our introductory lesson is here? What we started as an introduction lesson is where we are right now. But we have to now ourselves do an extra part, the thinking part, looking at the factors and decide which factors to use. Now, this where we are right now is where the previous part of the lesson was. Now you should find this part easy because we've just been practicing it. So what do we do now with those 2 2's? We pull them out. So now that we've got the common factors, pull them out. Now what are we left with? Time by x is written as just x, the times already implied, because there's times here. The plus is left over, let's copy that down. What's left over here? A 4. So that's our final answer. So our final answer is 2 bracket x plus 4 close bracket. Now, how do we know we've done it properly? We can just multiply the brackets and just test it. So let's try a quick test. So what is 2 times by x? 2x. What is 2 times by plus 4? Plus 8. So does it give us back to our original question? Lovely. Now, how do we know that we factorized it properly? How do we know? What do? We look at the part in the bracket. We look here. X plus 4. Can x plus 4 be factorized again? And the answer is no. If it could be factorized again, then we've done a partial factorization and that won't give us the full mark. Okay? So, for example, anybody can leave out the factors. If you by mistake have not factorized it enough, then you can carry on and then factorize it again further. In this case, everything's all good. X plus 4, there's nothing in it. There's no common factors that we can pull out. And don't even try thinking about pulling out a 1 as a common factor because that's a useless common factor. It doesn't do anything. Okay, are we happy with that? Right, let's have a look at this next one. Okay, let's do it the same way. So you have 3xy, and we can a little bit cheat a bit, and we can say, okay, well, 3xy is really 3 times by x times by. We can actually we can split up into factors straight away. And then we can rewrite it on the next line. 3 times by x. Put the times small, times by y. Big. Plus. Now, let's have a look at the number 6. The number 6 can be split up into 1 times by 6. Or it can also be split up into 2 times by 3 or 3 times by 2, whichever you write it. So these are the factors of 6. The positive factors of 6. Yeah? And then obviously times by x. Now, what number do we have on the left hand side here? We have an x here, which is good. And we have an x in here, that's good as well. We have a 3 in here. And we have a 3 in here as well. Yeah? So we can rewrite this question as, let's get the orange color back on. So it's 3 times by 2 times by x. So what we've just done here now, we've rewritten the 6 as 3 times by 2. And the x has been copied down. So 6x can be rewritten as 3 times by 2 times by x. Now, what did we say that we had in sight in the first part? We had 3 and then x. We also have a 3 and we also have an x. And this is where the common factors come in. Are we listening? Common means they both have them. Both parts of the equation have them. Yeah? So you could say what's common between this boy and his sister? They have the same parents. Okay, that's a common factor. So in this particular question, we have 3 x's on this side is also on the other side. Now what do we do with the 3 x's? We grab them and pull them out. Now what are we left with? If I pull the 3x out from the left hand side, what are we left with here? A y. And we're left with a plus. And what's left on this side? Just a little, what is it? 2. Okay, so 3xy plus 6x gets factorized as 3xy plus 2. Now, what do? We look at the part in the bracket y plus 2. We look at it. And we ask the question, can we factorize that again? And the answer is absolutely not. So that means we can check the questions right by multiplying it. 3x times by y is 3xy, tick. 3x times by plus 2 is plus 6x, tick. So it does regenerate our original question. Right, are we happy so far? Okay, let's move. Next question is a bit more exciting. Okay, why? Because the number 18 can be split up quite nicely into quite a few factors. So 18 is 1 times by 18. It's also 2 times by 9. It's also 3 times by 6. So these are the different ways we can split up the 18. Are we happy with that? Yeah. So you got to think about that. Z squared can be split up which way? Simply as Z times by Z. That's the Z squared part here. Now 12. What can 12 be split up into? 12 can be split up into 1 times by 12, 2 times by 6, or 3 times by 4. Okay, now, and the y and x, they don't split up, this stay as 0. So what can we see that's common in the numbers? So 1 times by 18 and 1 times by 12, they're not very good, are they? They're not going to help. 2 times by 9 and 2 times by 6, that's quite good because we got a 9 and a 6 in there. So we've got 2 which is common. Okay. But in the 9 there's also the factor. It's not as big as we could get. Here we've got 3 times by 6 is 18 and 3 times by 4 which is 12. Okay. Have you missed any out? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Lovely. So what we're looking for now, Amina, is as we said before, we're looking for the highest common factor, which is the biggest factor that they both share. So let's grab this. Now from here to there, the biggest factor is, what is it? 6. So we can rewrite that line out, the one with the highest common factor in it. So 18 can be rewritten as 6 times by 3 times by, now z squared can be rewritten as z times by z. Put the minus back in. Okay. Now the 12 is written as 6 times by 2 times by the y times by the x. Lovely. So remember, we got to choose the highest common factor. So in these ones here, we have to choose the one with the highest common factor was 6 from the numbers. Now we do the same as we did in the previous exercise. We start circling. We have a 6 here and we have a 6 here. Okay, the 3 is not common. We have, okay, is there anything else? Okay, the z squared, that's it. Is there anything else which is common? No, lovely. So let's pull the 6's out. I think in a sense we could even skip actually splitting those other factors up. We didn't need them. Never mind. No, no, no. And 3z squared, put it back together again. And 2yx, put that back together again. So the 3z squared goes over here, minus here, and the 2yx, we can just leave it originally as 2yx. Done. Okay, are we ready for any more? Okay. Let's move on. We have 3x minus, so now that we've warmed up, we can do a bit more quicker. Okay, so we have here now 3 times by x minus, now 3 is already here. Is there 3 in the 12? And the answer is yes. So 3 in the 12, so that's the highest common factor. We pull the highest common factor out, which is, so that gives you 3. Copy down the x, copy down the minus, copy down the 4. Okay. 4 didn't look very good. Done. The next question. We have x squared minus 3x. So we can see an x, 2x times by x here, and there's 1x there. So split that with x times by x minus 3 times by x. Splitting the numbers into the letters into their factors. Now the common factor that we said before, we have an x on the left hand side and an x on the right hand side. Grab them, pull them out. Brackets. What's left over is this x, this minus, and this 3. And that's the end of the question. Now you have 25x minus x. So what do we have here? So the next question, last one, 25 times by x minus, now what's x? Split into factors, what did we say before? It's really x times by? Lovely. Really x times by 1. We must put the 1 in there. Look, keep an eye on the 1. So now let's have a look at the common factors. It only shares an x of the highest common factor. Pull that out. And let's write down what we have left over. We have 25 left over, and the minus and the 1. And that's the end of our video for today. And now we're going to practice lots of questions. And that should take us towards the end of our lesson. Okay. Alright, here we go. Thank you very much for joining us on this lesson done by myself, Mr. Imran Iqbal, from Imran Iqbal 1-to-1 Tutor on YouTube. Okay, inshallah, until next time, I'll see you then. Assalamu alaikum.